Welcome back to Heartbeats Vanity, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I have another interview highlights for you guys from ChrisHansen's channel, which is linked down in the description box below. Today's guest on his video was Adam. I want to be completely transparent with you guys. This is the first person on ChrisHansen's interviews regarding the Onision situation that I did not see any of this information about regarding the incidents or anything like that. So this was new to me. This whole experience that this individual had was absolutely horrible, especially regarding just like the psychological cyberbullying. So I want to just jump right in with you guys. I want to let you guys know that the first introductions were already done with ChrisHansen and Adam. So that is kind of like where I've always kind of leaped into doing the commentary. And now is Adam's experience and his description of what had happened and what had occurred during specific incidents that I want you guys to kind of just really focus in on, and then we'll talk about it as we have learned about what has happened to Adam and what occurred to Adam and why these things happen. And I'll break that down for you guys as soon as that little snippet of the video is over.
Kai, just like so many others, but you were at the time upset with Billy?
Yes, because I thought Billy, like, I didn't watch Billy's side of the story. Like, now I understand what happened, and now I feel so bad because I was so mad at her. Like, I am an example of, like, one of Onision's victims who was very mad at Billy and who was, like, very angry, like, how could you do that to Kai? Like, I could have really cared less about Onision now, but I was like, how could you do that to Kai? Like, Kai did nothing wrong to you. You really was about to ruin a marriage. And now I see it's Onision manipulating people, and like that's.
Was Greg Onision trying to manipulate you in that same way to come out there and have a three-way relationship with him and Kai?
Yes.
No question in your mind looking back?
No question.
What ultimately made you finally say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not coming out there. I'm no longer going to have a relationship with you online, certainly not in person. I'm done. What was the final straw?
I should have saw the signs earlier, but when I was 16, I was in a relationship with a much older man than me. I still talk to the man today. I won't say his name out of respect for him. And he looks back and he said, he said, I should have really talked to you at that age because, oh my God, I was wrong. But at the age of consent in Florida is 16. If you're younger than 23 and the person is 16, then.
Right, it's legal. It doesn't make it right necessarily emotionally or psychologically, but it's legally.
And I still talk to the person today on Time to Tie. He's a dad now and stuff. And he said, oh my God, I shouldn't talk to you at that young age. And when we broke up, Kai got mad at me because they thought I was playing him.
Kai thought you were playing
with my ex-boyfriend's emotions.
Is this a situation where Kai and Greg try to get as much personal information, as much intimate detail out of somebody like you, and then turn around and use it against you to try to manipulate you?
Yes.
Tell me how that happened with you. What did they use? What did they find out about you that they used to try to manipulate
you? My favorite bands, they used that against me. They used my gender identity, my disorder. They used my disorder against me.
And you were honest with Kai and shared all this, the fact that you wanted to transition from being born a girl into being a male.
Yes.
Do you feel like you actually bore your soul to Kai? Like told Kai your deepest secrets, fears, thoughts, feelings?
Yes.
And how were you repaid for this, for sharing this information, the most intimate details of your life?
Sometimes when it came to my disorder, which I don't keep a secret now, but back then I didn't tell people I wore wigs because I have alopecia, which means it's hard to grow hair.
Right.
And,
Alopecia, for anybody who doesn't know in the audience, is a medical condition. I've known people with it. I've done stories in relation to it over the years. You just, for whatever combination of reasons, your body doesn't grow hair. And it can happen overnight. It can be related to a neurological disorder. It can be a lot of different things. And it's tough for somebody of that age to deal with. And you told Kai about this.
yes, and I kept it a secret because I was ashamed at this time that I wore wigs.
I know this is hard. Take your time.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's a lot to deal with.
He told his fan base, and he kind of
Wait. So you shared this information with Kai, and Kai told the fan base?
at first he did it as like an accident. Like when I first appeared in one of his videos, he said, "Oh, I love your wig." When I told him, "Please don't say it's a wig," I'm very sensitive about that. He still said, "Oh, I love your wig." He's like, "Is that a wig?" "Oh, I don't know. It's so vivid and white." And like I I quickly defended myself. I was like, "No, that's not a wig. That's my actual hair and stuff." And then he continued to like tell people that, and his fan base was like, "Why don't you just admit you wore a wig?" And I'm like, being 17 and being bold, it's like hard because you're very insecure about your like looks.
I mean, that's one of the most vulnerable ages of adolescence with something like that.
I'm like, being bullied in real life over it, it's like I turned to the internet as like a support. Like people couldn't judge you as much if they didn't know what happened. Sorry.
Watching Adam begin to cry over the psychological and public humiliation that Kai bestowed upon Adam with such sensitive information that Adam made very well known to Kai that that was something that they did not want to share, that that was very personal, that it was just, it was, hurtful, very hurtful. And Kai had no regard. I want to focus in on Kai for a second here. Kai is just as bad as Onision. That is my opinion. I'll keep it at that. There's a lot of reasons why. If you're even clicking on this video, I'm sure you've had a taste of those reasons and you formed an opinion for yourself, which I'm very happy about. The thing is, though, to take somebody's weaknesses, just like Kai's partner, Onision, and use them and exploit them to your public audience shows malicious intent. That's really not okay. The fact that YouTube supports creators that do this, to me, is mind baffling. What I'm seeing here, and let me know if you guys think differently in the comment section below, but what I'm seeing here is that there was some animosity building up between Kai and potentially even Onision, and I'm sure Onision, because Adam didn't want to have Kai and Onision feel that they are being cast aside or they're being rejected. Just like a lot of people who get rejected, they kind of lash out. Whether it is rejection by friendship or rejection for relationship, I feel like some of the reactions are the same, but they take it to an extreme and they purposefully used things against Adam to hurt Adam that they knew would hurt Adam because they themselves were hurting that they did not successfully have a three-way relationship. That is just my opinion, though. Let me know if you guys think it's totally off the wall, which I totally get. I mean, I could be reaching with that one. But I don't know. It just seems that this is a pattern of theirs.
Growing up, I was always taught to forgive or forget, and that like, oh, people make mistakes. And to me, I was like, well, I really like this person. I kind of want to continue to talk to them, so I'm going to like just forgive and forget.
Do you think, looking back, that Kai and Greg use this information to try to manipulate you to get in your head a little bit?
Yes.
And did it work?
Yes.
And you felt like you were so connected to these people because they knew so much about you that you couldn't get away from them in some respects.
Yeah, because Kai also, again, he made a comment towards me about this. He's like, you should be really lucky, like, I'm talking to you and stuff, because I don't think many people are attracted to people who have alopecia and like wear wigs and stuff. And I have a partner who is the best person in my entire life, and he means the world to me. And I straight up told him on our first date that I wear wigs and stuff, and he makes jokes, but like harmless jokes, really. And
right. Well, that's a different relationship. It sounds like they were using that to kind of beach up a little bit and make you more vulnerable to what they wanted you to do. Like, you see so many times in abusive relationships and the recounting of the stories, nobody else will love you because of this. We're the only ones that will care for you because you have this condition. Is that kind of the way it was going down?
Yes.
So what is it that finally made you say, Adam, I'm done. This is enough. I just can't do this anymore.
When he just stopped messaging me back. Like the first time I got ghosted, it took a while for him to message me back. And when he did message me back, I kind of went through this like cycle where I was mad at him. And then when he messaged me back explaining himself, I was like, well, I can't be mad at you no more. And then finally, I think after the 6th, 7th time being ghosted, I just looked in the mirror and I was just like, you know what? I don't need this. I have friends who love me, and I have people who love and respect me.
Did you send a goodbye message to them ultimately?
Yes.
And what did you say in that message?
I told Kai, I said to Kai, I'm trying to remember what I said. I said to him, you've hurt me, and you hurt me, Kai. I wish you knew that. I apologize if I'm coming off very angry, but you've hurt me in so many ways. I just want you to know that I don't hate you, which is a lie now. I don't hate you. I honestly considered you as a friend, really. Even if you didn't see me as romantic anymore, I still considered you as my friend, and I just want nothing but the best for you.
And did you ever hear from them again?
No.
Was there a point when they bullied or harassed or berated you in any of these forums or on YouTube or anything like that? Did they take off after you?
On the forums, I don't know, but the second time his fan base, before we stopped talking, his fan base attacked me twice. One for not admitting that I wore wigs, and then the second time because people kind of figured out that me and him were talking.
So they attacked you. Take me back. They attacked you one time for what again?
For not admitting that I wore wigs.
So the fan base attacked you for not admitting that you wore wigs to deal with a medical condition.
Yes.
And who do you blame for that? The attack, I mean.
I don't blame myself for that. I blame Kai because I did message him asking him if he could tell his fan base to stop. This hurts. He said it'll blow over this soon. Second time when people learned that me and Kai were talking, they found my Tumblr at this time and they sent me like hate messages and messages to go like end my life and like, oh, how could Kai see something in you and like all this stuff. And when I messaged him again saying, hey, your fan base are doing this again, can you please like stop it? He just ignored it.
So again here, Kai using any disorder that anybody has, especially Adam's disorder, that they know emotionally affects this person and how they feel about their parents and may bring some insecurities into this person's life to get what they want, especially when they're using their YouTube platform or their Twitter platform or Instagram, whatever platform they know that they have traffic on, to get a certain emotional reaction out of Adam to maybe, manipulate a response that they were desiring in the first place is absolutely a manipulation tactic. it's in a psychological manipulation tactic. And some other manipulation tactics can range from isolation. So basically isolating somebody from their friends, or putting, the victim at the time, putting in their head that their friends are bad, or that they potentially, their family doesn't love them. Or, for example, in this situation, using a disorder that they have, saying that, oh, people aren't going to like, you or your family or whatever. And I'm not saying that particularly happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. Obviously, only these individuals know what truly happened. But those are some manipulation tactics. Another one is intimidation by using, one, their platform, the audience, to get exactly this. I think is the one that Kai did, my opinion, to get a response, to get a reaction, to get the end goal, whatever end goal that may be. Brainwashing, saying that, oh, nobody loves you, nobody's gonna like you, you're this, you're that, you're la da da da, to break the person down psychologically and mentally and emotionally. And sometimes they'll even break the person down physically by manipulating and saying, oh, you're too fat. So then that person tries to diet really hardcore, or they try to not eat as much, or other, unhealthy habits come into play. So the brainwashing can really vary and range. It's really deep how far the manipulation tactics range with Onision and Kai. And I'm just truly disturbed. I truly feel bad for Adam in this situation and everybody else. It's too much at this point. YouTube has got to do something about this with these channels, and then maybe other channels will follow suit, and YouTube may be a safer place. Because what I see is, it's just really, and this is from some of my own personal experiences, YouTube can be a very neglectful place when it comes to bullying and cyber harassment. And then to allow people like this to continue on their platform and earn money every month. I mean, come on, earning money and having the YouTube partnership is a privilege that a lot of people have to work very hard for. And it's not all about money. It's also about reaching other, victims that they have potentially reached in the past and are going to reach.
So they lured you in, got you fired up, got you into this fan base, got you involved in an online romantic relationship, coaxed you into sending sexually explicit pictures, sharing the deepest, darkest secrets of your life. And when you wouldn't get involved in a three-way relationship, they cast you off.
Yes, this was also when I changed my antidepressants, and with different antidepressants, there are some, I don't know if it's true or not. There are mine's this new one that I currently used to take made me gain a lot of weight. I used to be very, I hate this word. I used to be very quote unquote skinny when I met Kai, and because of my antidepressants, I gained a lot of weight. And it was also towards the end when Kai would stop not reply back to me.
How many other Adams do you think Kai and Greg were communicating with at the same time they were talking to you, suggesting romantic relationships, soliciting sexually explicit pictures?
I don't know. That's the scary thing. I don't know. It's awful to say this. I wished it was only me, because I'm just one person who can, I was just the only person that they do it to. But I know there's more, and that's the scary thing. As you see, the other victims came out, and they didn't even know how much there were.
Do you talk to some of the other victims? Shiloh, Regina, Billy?
Yes. I
Lane?
I talk to Lane and Regina. Sometimes they're nice. They're very all the girls who talked before me are very lovely people. Even if I never communicated with most of them, they are very strong and very beautiful. And I kind of want to thank them for giving me the strength to come out too.
This was a difficult decision for you to come on this show and to talk publicly about this. You've got a lot going on in your life right now. You're in college. You're transitioning.
Yeah.
You have some very serious decisions to make about, medical procedures, psychological procedures. Why did you ultimately say, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this interview and put myself out there in this very, very brave way?
I was listening to music and I got the opportunity to be on the show, and a part of me was scared to like delete all my social media again because I had to delete all my social media after this whole Kai fiasco. And I like ultimately made a decision. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be scared anymore. Who knows how I'm hoping that other male victims, because I know there are other male victims out there. I can't be the only one. It shows me showing it's proof that Kai and James go after other trans males, and I hope that like me coming out will help them come out too.
Adam needing to go as far as he did to delete all social media because of Onision and Kai's supporters or community members at that point is absolutely horrible. But I want to take a second to draw your guys' attention to my description box below. There's going to be some links for you guys for anti-harassment protection and different things you can do. For some websites, there's also a few anti-harassment cyberbullying websites that I'm going to link if you want to reach out and you're experiencing any of these things online or in general. There's some things here that may be able to help you. I know what this feels like. I've had, and I'm currently still having an ongoing cyber stalking and harassment situation from an individual that I won't mention by name, but these sites have helped me get in touch with some of the right people that I need to get in touch with to kind of eventually hope to stop this situation that is occurring to me. So if you're in any need of that, I'll link those for you guys below. The topics I want to get to on the commentary with that little segment was, as you see again, when Kai and Onision, or both of them, or even them acting separately, do not get what they want, occasionally when they haven't invested enough in the friendship, or maybe they have, or it's easier for them to emotionally let go, unlike certain situations in the past where there's been a couple of individuals that we've seen on ChrisHansen's show that they have a really hard time letting go. They've also had easier times letting people go, and they'll just ghost them. So to me, I want to point out a few things. That proves that they're using their community to search for that third person in their relationship, if it hasn't been obvious by now, which is unfortunate because these people are getting hurt and their lives are being affected. But they're using their platform, which is wrong in any situation. If you're using your platform to get a relationship and that is a discovered goal in your head, maybe you should take a second and realize that there are plenty of dating sites out there with people of appropriate age types and all sorts of things that give you settings and all sorts of things that you're searching for and all these things. You don't need to use your community, which you know is based with a bunch of children, okay? A lot of younger people, you know, because you see the statistics on your YouTube stats page. You know that your fan base is very child-based. You're using your platform and you're being disgusting. You take a step back, get some reality check, and go to the appropriate places, because using YouTube is not the appropriate place.
There was a time where YouTube would mark LGBT content as like not safe for work or something like that. Like there was a couple of tests people did. YouTube went very downhill after the whole, like, I don't want to get too banned, but after the current CEO was currently on, YouTube's just been going downhill.
Yeah. Now, obviously, as I was getting to before, Kai and Onision make a lot of money, have made a lot of money on YouTube. But what do you think they were really after here, given what you know about your experience and the experience that the other victims have had? Billy, Isla, Lane, Shiloh, Sarah.
Power. I feel like they love having like that power of control over somebody. And Onision especially, he loved having that power. He tried starting his own religion or cult, I think, once before.
Is this a cult, do you think?
Yes.
Is it dangerous?
Very. If you messed with Onision before, like before this whole incident broke out, I think if you messed with him before, he'd make sure you like never wanted to be back on the internet again.
So I completely agree with Adam and ChrisHansen's question that Like, what do you, even as the viewer here in the comment section, what do you guys think that Onision and Kai use their platforms for? Do you think it is essentially money, or do you think it is power? I agree with Adam. I think it is power. I think it is, it's kind of like an ego stroke. I mean, yes, it is a form of money, but considering the fact that Onision would only get around 10,000 views per video, I personally know getting about 10,000 views per video on a monetized video gets you about, and this just could be estimation, maybe some people skip the little ad or whatever. He could have had, some other Patreon income, but I know you get about like $40 and that's about it. So it is money, but it's not like pay your life money. It's like invest into your channel type of money. And now the fact that he's getting a lot more attention on him, the fact that he's getting a lot more views because people are clicking on his channel because he's like going and being kind of crazy on purpose, that's my opinion. He is getting paid a little more. But still, I do think that they're using it for power. It is like an ego stroke to them. And the more, power that they get, the more people they reach, the bigger and more popular that they think they are, which only makes it easier for them to access other people in the future. Because the more views, the more people, the more comments, the more people that will potentially subscribe to whatever it is that he's offering this time. And that means more hurt. And that's the real issue here, is that there's a group of people here hurting other people and taking advantage of youth, taking advantage of their community and the platform itself to get to this community, a specific age group that they have. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, I'm so happy that ChrisHansen and his team is getting on this. Yes, absolutely. Can't thank them enough. Literally, I talked to a few of them. I don't talk to ChrisHansen, but I talked to the producer, and he's a very, go get it guy. Like, he's gonna get this situation, and I'm very happy about that. But the thing is, though, is it's not just other people's jobs to bring awareness. Now, that's a good thing. Yes, absolutely. There's so many great content creators who have brought awareness for so many years. But it's also the site's, responsibility to help monitor what is going on. And if they know that a lot of the Patreon, before his Patreon was removed, is people coming from YouTube, are people coming from YouTube. I'm sorry about that. It's just, to me, it's like, how can they ignore this? How can they sit back? How do they not do anything at this point? Because they know that, one, they're paying these people, and two, that they're hurting people on their platform, and they're getting to younger kids on their platform. I don't get it, dude. And I don't think I will get it. I don't think anyone really truly gets the neglect that this company has shown. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know what you guys think about what happened to Adam, and or any other opinion you guys want to share. My hopes for 2020, for YouTube specifically, is that this changes. That ignoring the harassment and ignoring content creators, because Onision and Kai are not the only ones. There's some pretty bad content creators out there that do similar things, if not even worse. Just to see them take action. This is their site. This is something that was created to help connect people in a positive, non-malicious way. And I understand it's the internet. The internet is very big, it's very broad, it's very massive and very scary, but still, when they have this much proof, this much evidence, this much awareness being brought to their attention as a support team and a company, I really hope to see in 2020 that they take this seriously and get them off the platform. Bringing the video to a close, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. And don't forget to click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you're notified that every time I post a new video. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Thank you so much again for being here, and I hope you all had a merry holiday. Let's bring in the new year with some positivity and some new wishes and some new things we want to do for ourselves as individuals. I've got a few things I have written down on a list that I want to achieve in 2020 on a personal level. Yeah, so cheers to that and kiss the stars.